Hi there, Rob here from injuryfitpro.com and Spine Plus Clinics. Just going to talk you through a short warm-up that you can do prior to exercise, or you can use this routine as a daily kind of mobility routine if you've been sitting indoors all day not doing very much. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start from the head and we're going to work our way all the way down to the bottom. We're going to exercise and warm up pretty much every major and even most of the minor muscle groups in the body. You don't need any equipment for this, although having a stick would be helpful, but again, it's not essential. Okay, so let's get straight into it. We are going to start off with one hand on the chest, one hand's on the tummy. Okay, now as we're doing this, I just want to do a little bit of a march up and down the spot. And what we're trying to do here, just to take a deep breath, but we're going to use our diaphragm to do this. So deep breath in. As we breathe in and breathe out, it should be mostly happening lower down through the diaphragm, through the lower hand. And out. Good. Okay, just let get the arms moving now, a little bit of circulation into the body. Okay, good. And we're going to now start with the head. So first thing we're going to do is chest bone here, we lift it up. Okay, we've got what's called a sternal lift, so lifting up, which straightens out the middle back. As you do so, the shoulders would naturally pull back and the head should naturally pull back as well. That's good for the posture. We're then going to look up slightly and look down. Okay, we're not going all the way. We're just going kind of halfway or 3/4 of the way, especially on the way up. We're not doing any sort of head rolls like this because there's some quite delicate arteries in the neck, especially as you get older. They can become compromised. So just a slight up, slight down, slight turn again, not all the way around. Just kind of 3/4 of the maximum range just to get the neck joints moving. As we turn, just be careful as you turn, that shoulder doesn't keep forward. So just perhaps set that shoulder back and down, a little bit of a turn, same thing on the other side. Good. Okay, from there, we're going to do some head tilts now. We're going to tilt the head left and right. As we do so though, we're going to take the right hand, put it behind you. You're going to press down, so that holds the shoulder blade, the shoulder down. And then we're going to tilt the head to the side. And again, that just gets that stretch happening through here, through the neck muscles and through the trapezius muscles. And then the same thing on the other side. So pushing down like this, tilt off to the side, maybe go a little bit forward as well, just to seek out that stretch. Again, all those tension that happens with you shrugging your shoulders all down the computer, just ease that out. Good. Okay, into the shoulders now. I want you to just do shoulder rolls with the arms coming backwards like this, so not going rounded forward. That's that rounded forward posture, coming backwards. And also from here, we're going to just bring the hand up and down. I'm going to follow it with the hands, with the eyes. Good. Try and imagine the shoulder blade rotating backwards as we do this. Good. Same thing on the other side. Good. Again, start to warm up the shoulders now. Okay. And then just going to follow with the hands. Hands on the ears, elbows forwards and then back. Okay, keep the shoulders down, away from the ears, elbows in and out. Just warming up the pec muscles now and some more of the shoulder blades and the shoulder muscles. Circles of the shoulders and the wrists as well. Good. Hands on the tummy. Okay, one overlapping the other. And we're just pressing into the tummy, keeping the elbows here fixed. We're just pressing into the tummy. Hold that for a few seconds just to warm up the deep muscles in the shoulder blade, the rotator cuff muscle, in this case subscapularis. Good. And from here, we're going to turn the wrists outwards, working to external rotation. Okay, in a neutral position now, just a little bit of resistance, imagine pushing the arm out to the side, but resisting with this hand, just warming up those rotator cuff muscles. Okay, and then the other side. Good. Moving now into the middle back. Okay, we're going to take the feet a little bit further apart. We're just going to twist. As we're twisting, we're going to keep the hips nice and still. We're just going to reach through. Okay, and we're now just getting that movement happening through the middle back, through the thoracic spine. Keep that chest up. Get the sternum up. Good. Okay, let's now focus on the lower legs. Okay, so the lower body now. Not the lower legs, the lower body. Okay, we can have our pole now. We're going to put this along the spine. Don't worry if you haven't got a pole, but just imagine what we're doing here. Okay, so we've got the little bit of a gap between our pole and the spines, maybe like a 2-finger width gap. Okay, and then keep that sternal lift up so the head now makes contact. So there's 3 points of contact: back of the head, middle of the spine, and then top of the butt. Okay, and from here we're going to keep those 3 points of contact. We're going to soften the knees slightly, bend the knees, just pivot through like this. Okay, so we're starting to warm up the hamstrings, stretch the hamstrings as well, and that little working that hip pivot. So learning to move the hips whilst keeping the spine nice and straight. And from here, if your knees allow, haven't got too many knee problems, we can go into a slight squat. Okay, squatting down and up. Again, just making sure the spine stays nice and still. Okay, forming the base for any kind of lift or anything we might be doing in the gym. Okay, from here, we can keep onto our pole. If we want to, cross one leg over the other, like this. Again, a slight little hip pivot like we just did. Keep that spine nice and straight. We're going to feel this now as a stretch in the glute. We're going to hold that for roughly 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Same thing the other side, cross the leg over. Okay, knee comes out slightly, and again pivot through the hip. Hold that stretch, feeling it now over here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent stuff. Right, just another little glute stretch now. Bit of a complicated one. We're going to cross the right leg over the left. Okay, keeping the weight on this leg that's in front, and we're just going to drop this corner of the hip. Okay, so we can, if you imagine where my pelvis is here, I'm now just dropping it. So my pelvis is tilting. I'm going to get stretched down the side here. This TFL muscle, this little muscle here that leads into the iliotibial tract, that can cause iliotibial band syndrome, which can affect the knee and the hip. I'm going to give that a bit of a stretch out. Good. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Again, so the left leg over the right, weights mostly on the left leg in this case, and again, I'm just dropping my hips again on this side now. So the left side dropping, feeling that stretch here, feeling that opening up here. And again, going for our 10 seconds, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. From here, we're going to go into a quad stretch. So again, imagine that pole down the spine. We've got that fixed point of contact, the 3 fixed points of contact, and just maintain that little gap with us where our lower back is. And as we stretch the knee backwards, that back's not arching, not increasing, okay? Because if you're doing that, what you're doing is you're only just rotating the pelvis, you're not stretching the quads. And again, hold that for a 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Same thing on the other side. Okay, a little bit of a stretch. 5, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, making sure we're not going to get too cold. Just going to do some marching on the spot again. Okay, arms as well. Good. Okay, just whilst we're doing that, one little stretch we didn't do with the upper body. We're going to cross the hand across here. Thumb comes down, pulling across with the body. Feel this stretch into the side of the shoulder. Okay, keep marching. Good. This is a posterior capsule stretch for the shoulder, which is a really important move to do to warm those shoulders up, and an injury prevention technique. Again, feeling it on this side now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Shake them out. Good. Okay, back to our hips. Okay, this time we're going to do a thing called an airplane. I'll just demonstrate to you. You can have the pole if you need to. Right, we're going to stretch back with one leg. Okay, step back one leg, slight lean, bit of a lunge almost. Okay, and we're then going to try and take that leg up if we can, and we're going to raise the opposite arm. Okay, so it's that sort of movement there. Okay, just 3 of these, 5 of these. Okay, we're working here, working the hip muscles, also working obviously balance through the leg. Try not to hold onto the pole if you can help it, but it also works the small muscles in the lower back. So we're starting to warm up the little multifidus muscles, the little diagonal orientated muscles in the lower back, which are really important for preventing lower back pain. So this time on the other side. Good. Now, keeping with that theme, we're going to lean forward, okay, and we're going to let this corner of the hip just drop in slightly and then twist out. Okay, so we're now working on the external rotators of our hips and working on those balance mechanisms as well. Good, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So that leg comes back, and now I'm just taking the hip, letting the pelvis twist in this corner and out. And again, this time you're going to feel the muscles on the right side working. Good. Okay, another couple of balance movements. We're going to do a little bit of a stir with the, imagine we're stirring a pot with our leg. Go and get the ankle going as well. And then the other way. Good. And the other side. And the other way. Good. And then the last little stretch we're going to do now is get into our lunge position again. We're going to bend this knee. And we're going to feel this stretch in our lower part of our lower leg. So this is the soleus muscle, part of the calf muscles. And now we're going to straighten the knee. And we're going to again try and lunge forward. Keep that pelvis tilt backwards. Imagine those 3 points of contact again with the pole. Okay, but we're going to now just lunge forward so we get some hip flexors to be on stretch. At the same time, keeping that knee straight. We're going to hopefully feel some stretch in the top part of the calf now, in the gastrocnemius muscle. At the same time, a little bit of movement, contraction through the quad. So warming that up. Same thing on the other side. Okay, so here, imagine those 3 points of contact. I'll actually get them with the pole. Okay, and we're going to bend the knee. Feeling that stretch near the ankle now. Okie dokes. And then we're going to straighten the knee. Getting that hip flexor as we lunge forward. Feel that stretching all down here. Brilliant. And then one last move just to finish off, just to work the muscles at the side of our body. Some of the oblique muscles. We're going to have the arms above our head. And we're going to do a push off, we're going to lean. Now what I'm not actually doing is bending, I'm not actually bending sideways with this. I'm actually just trying to lean sideways. So if you imagine my pole, the spine is like the pole here, it's staying straight, we're just leaning, okay, like this. So I'm just putting these onto a contraction, and the same thing on this side. Okay, so we're just warming up the muscles around the sides of our spine, the side of some of the core muscles here, trunk muscles, the quadratus lumborum muscles, and some of the oblique muscles. Good. That's it. Pretty much done. You're set to go. Nice little routine. If you've been sitting down all day, as I say, just to get things moving, set the posture, get some balance going, and also now you're set if you want to get into doing something more, even a bit more physical. If you liked this video, give me a thumbs up, obviously, give me some comments, let me know what you think of it. Check out injuryfitpro.com. We've got lots more information and things worth checking out on that site, including programs, books, ebooks and downloads. Obviously subscribe to the channel as well if you can, please do. That would be really appreciated. And then that way you can stay up to date with all the educational videos that I'm putting out and the top tips. I'll also put a link down underneath this video if you want to subscribe to receive our email notifications of top tips and newsletter that come out quite regularly on various different topics, everything from tension headaches to heel pain to exercising at home. So that's well worth doing as well. Thanks for watching and see you soon.